subscribe.
Yo man, thanks for tuning in to the life of Leo. Without any further ado, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and like. Trying to get those subs so I can get monetized eventually in the future, yo. Today's project is gonna be basically, I was driving my truck and I noticed a cloud of looked like dust, but it really was not dust. It was yeah, unfortunately my radiator had blown, and I had to, luckily I was home, so I was able to basically park my truck. I'm gonna start working on it slowly. I already went ahead and ordered the parts that I need: radiator, radiator fluid, new thermostat, and so on, you know. Where my radiator cracked was right in this area. You can see right in there, right along this crease right here. I was trying to show you guys with the footage, but I don't think there's any more fluid in there. I think it's all gone. I don't know how long my radiator was cracked for. And obviously this is a Magnum 4.7 liter V8. You can still see some of the antifreeze on here. So that thing went everywhere. I don't know what's going on here, but I always got to be cleaning this part. If anybody knows how that happens or what causes that to happen, leave a comment below. Yeah, man, we're gonna get busy. I'm gonna start off by taking off these clamps right here, and there's a few bolts. I believe this is one of them, and then there's like another one right here, right in this location, and there's a few of them in the bottom. We got to remove this guy right here. We got to get this baby out, and once it's out, I'm also gonna give it a rinse. There's nothing in there. It's completely dead, emptied. Yeah, man. This truck right here is a Dodge 2006 1500 SLT, two-wheel drive. I'm not sure if it makes a difference on 4x4s. And yeah, stay tuned. I already went ahead and removed the coolant tank. I'm removing the radiator hose. There's obviously the ones in the top, and there's some in the bottom as well. All right. This right here, this bolt right here, it's basically after you fill up your radiator with your coolant, you take this bolt off, start your engine, And I'll show you the process, but what it is you wait for all the bubbles to quit bubbling up. Once you get a nice consistency without bubbles, then you're good to put your bolt back on and wrap it up. Alright, this one here is going to be a pain in the butt. Alright. So the reason why I'm trying to take off this hose is so I could have a little bit more clearance here. And since I'm already doing the whole job, I might as well put new hose in here. You can see I'm struggling. I'm not a professional. So if anybody knows how to take this hose out in a faster, efficient way, don't hesitate to put me up on game on how to do this. It. So when I was removing my tank, I didn't realize I had this little suckers right here. I'm not sure if I ripped them off or not. I guess I'll find out. Oops. Supposed to be fixing things, Leo, not destroying them, but it is what it is. Yeah, but moving on. Now I'm gonna remove this fan cover right here. There's a bolt right here that you can see right there. Right there, there's a bolt, and I believe down there there's just like clips, I believe, where it just the bottom portion of it sits. This other bolt that you're looking for, and I believe down there, right up in there, there's only like clips where it sits in there. I'm gonna try to get this job done without having to remove my engine fan. I'll see how that works out, but I'm gonna make the attempt to do so. And yeah, we're moving along. So instead of trying to get the fan cover out, I believe I got plenty of room there to mess with, to where I could still get this radiator out of the way and get it out. Now I gotta go underneath, drain the fluids out of my radiator, and unbolt. Fan shroud or fan cover should be pretty loose by now. This one, I believe we just gotta pick it up. Let's see if I can manage to get it out. So what we're looking at here is the bottom of my truck. That's where the bottom part of the radiator hose is at. We got to disconnect that drain it. And we gotta disconnect it from up here from the actual radiator itself. This is your let's see, where is it at? Where is it? Up the drain plug for the radiator. Where is it at? Where did I see it at? What the hell? Give me a second. Okay, so on the driver's side, underneath the trunk, right in this area right here, this is the right, well, if you're standing, this will be your right hand side looking forward at the engine. This right here, this is a plug right here. This is where you drain your radiator from. And you could do it like that, or you could undo the hose, whichever one you choose to do. And like I said, this is my first time doing this on my Dodge. I'm not a professional, so anything that you try is at your own risk. So just figure I threw that disclaimer out there. So I already went ahead and I bolted my bolts, which is only 2 of them. I already took them off. They're all out. Next step is we got to get this panel right here, this transmission cooling panel. I'll bolt it from there to there, right in this area, right in there. You know, once we get that accomplished, this radiator should pop right up. So where I'm at right now, I already unbolted all these goodies right here. The bottom transmission coolant, I made the mistake of removing those clamps. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I guess that's part of the transmission coolant, or there's some kind of fluid in there. I think it's transmission. Regardless, whatever it is, it needs to be unbolted off your radiator. Do not undo those lines, you don't need to. And yeah, I made the mistake of doing so, but lesson learned for future references. Anybody watching this video, do not, I repeat, do not remove those hose clamps. There is oil, transmission fluid, I believe, and if not, like I said before, comment below and let me know what that does and what it is. Share the wealth, share the knowledge. Intel's well accepted around here. And this radiator right here, it's now loose. As you can see, all I gotta do is take off this brackets. Yeah, I got it all done. I just gotta wait for my parts to come in so I could continue taking care of this business here. And some people like to remove this. I didn't have to. I got plenty of room to play with. And yeah, give it a few days, and I should get my parts in. So I'm still currently waiting on my radiator and a few car parts. I ordered a thermostat and a brand new water pump. I figured, you know what, since I already went this far on taking the radiator out, and you know, I'm already doing the full haul, I figured, you know what, I might as well just replace the water pump. But I went to my local O'Reilly and didn't have the tool at the time. I had to buy it for about $20 to $25, which will be to remove the pulley right there. I mean, if you're familiar with the tool, you know, I'll add a picture on here in a second for you guys to, so you're familiar with the tool. But since I didn't have the need to buy a tool to permanently keep, I went ahead and got me this rope right here. It has basically, you know, like what's it called, some kind of thick rope with you know, metal in it, you know, lead wire in it. It's pretty solid, you know. And I went and got me all this, you know, this pipe, since I don't have a breaker bar and I'm using my crescent wrench there. The pulley has 2 holes on each side, as you can see. There's one right there. There's one of them. I believe there's 4 of them, but I went ahead and I ran it through there, through one of the holes like you see, and I ran through the back side just to hold it in place. And I went ahead and used my core support here, and I tied it up to it. You know, you could probably use any kind of rope as long as it's gonna, you know, be able to maintain. There's a number of ways that you can get creative to get this pulley loose. And then with this nifty bar here, I was able to loosen it up, you know, and it's getting the job done for me. Now with a 15mm socket, we're gonna loose that serpentine belt. Make sure you get a picture of it so that way you know the way that it goes when it's time to put it back on. Go on this pulley right here and pull over on the tensioner. And you get that baby out of there. Nice and easy. Check it while you're at it. Check it for cracks. You know, see if it needs replacement since you're already in here. Right about now would be the easiest part, or the easiest time to replace this baby. See, mine doesn't look like it has any cracks at the time. Looks pretty good to me, you know. So I think I'm gonna save myself a few bucks by keeping this baby around for a little bit longer. Next step, the whole purpose of this, I believe I'm gonna have to remove this pulley right here, and the whole purpose of this is to get this bolt off. Make sure you get like a piece of cardboard to place them in. I don't have the new water pump at the time, but so that way you don't mistake where they go. I mean, all the bolts are different sizes apparently, so you want to make sure that you have a pattern of where they need to go from 1 to 8, perhaps, assumption. I'm not sure how many bolts there is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. So you're gonna need to have 8 bolts, you know, by the time you're swapping this out. This is what I came up with. This is where I'm going to be placing my hose, my bolts in for now, while I get the brand new water pump. That way I have them set up to where they need to be installed over again. Now, using my little nifty tool here, I'm going to get rid of this pulley right here, and that's just because I need the room to get those bolts. And I believe I lied. I believe there's 9 bolts after all. Alright. 9 bolts, my friends. There was one hiding. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, my bad. There is 8. Oops. I counted right. So now that we got that pulley out of the way, you're gonna need a 13mm socket to start removing all of these bolts right here. This is what I came up with, so that way every bolt that I pull, I'm going to place in this cardboard box in a position where it kind of mimics the location of where it needs to be for when I get my new water pump replacement. Here we go. All right. I believe we're gonna need a 15 millimeter for one of these bolts, which is that baby right there. That one's not a 13 mil, that one's a 15 mil. Let's go ahead and get that sucker out of there. 15 mils out of the way. I don't know if it's this truck or all of them are like that, but this truck on that bolt, it was a 15 millimeter. Now, the moment of long awaited. The purpose of this video is to show you the process of how I did it, and I came to thinking, since I'm replacing the radiator, maybe perhaps the water pump is bad as well. So I figured, hey, I went this far, so I might as well take that sucker out of the way, put a fresh one, and let's take a look to see what it looks like. Oh, let's see what it's gonna look like. Who thinks it's bad? I think it's bad. I bet you $1. I bet you $1. Oh wow, look at that. It's not even bad at all. Wow. This water pump is good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this, so they saved me some money right there too. I mean, the seal seems to be okay, you know. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the seal, you know. The seal was never the problem, it was never leaking, so you know, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall this, and I'm okay with this water pump. I mean, doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it. Everything in there looks good. So, thank God. Whew. Well, for now, I mean, I think I'm golden on this end, so I can't complain, guys. I'm still waiting on the rest of the parts, like the radiator. Right now, at this point, it's just the radiator, since I don't need to wait on the water pump, since the water pump is fine. Yes, thank God. It saved me like $40 there, guys. But yeah, man, I'm still waiting. Stay tuned, man.
You know, I just want to make sure. You know, I don't want to disrespect you. Come on now, okay, man. We go back. We move Sundays, man. Come on now, Jim. It's been a while since the mixtape days from the Double XL. You know, yeah. That shit was a classic mixtape, man. Yeah, yes, man. That was, man. Basic, man. Mixtape, man. Me and my boy Kid, man. So, was there a Dr. Dre beat on there that probably so, man. Yeah, there was so many producers had, man. We didn't clear anything. There was no red tape. Real. Now it's like you gotta clear shit and take it down online. That's the cold part about
All right, man, so now I finally got my water pump back installed. Now I'm gonna perform a engine and water pump flush, which apparently helps to get rid of all the bad stuff inside your engine block and whatever garbage shouldn't be in there, like sand, whatever debris that are in there found. So with that said, man, let's get to it and let's get going. Right here I'm gonna put my water hose. I have installed an old sock right here. Just gonna collect all the debris or all the bad stuff that's probably still potentially sitting inside my block. I have tied in the thermostat housing without the thermostat in there. Of course, there is no thermostat in there. Yeah, man, let's get to it. So I have my water hose going in through the end feed or the water pump housing, and my socks right here, which I should probably face a little bit downwards. That's probably why. But either way, getting flushed out of there, or the junk. If I'm doing something wrong, don't hesitate to comment and put me up on game. That way I could get this job done the next time. And, with a little bit more knowledge other than the knowledge I don't have right now. But this is what I got going on when it comes to the whole flushing of the system to get rid of all the gunk. I'm gonna go ahead, since I'm already here, I'm gonna do my heater core, which is right here. I'm gonna get that done as well. Why not? So yeah, man. Yo, so this is how I'm taking care of my heater core. I already went in, unplugged the inlet cooling line that goes towards my heating core. What I've been doing is I've been grabbing the squirt, putting it right in there, and flushing it out. I've been doing this for about 5-10 minutes, but this is how, for my acknowledgement, you drain your heater core. That way you get all that old antifreeze that's probably no longer any good out of the system of your engine. And I'll go right over here, put it into the input of the radiator, upper hose. Keep some water through there a little bit more. I'm getting all that old junk out of there. All that antifreeze is probably old, probably no good. I mean, this engine seems to be, pretty clean from the inside, I didn't really notice much gunk coming out of it. So far it's been good, I haven't noticed debris or anything out of there. The sock was fairly clean. So with that said, I'd assumed I'm gonna go under the assumption that this engine was pretty well taken care of at some point, and the only thing that potentially went wrong was probably the radiator got old, which caused the radiator to blow up. But moving on. So if you guys are familiar with Super Clean, I believe it used to be called Purple Stuff or something like that in the past. But either way, it's called Super Clean. Went ahead and sprayed my engine, you know, a little bit, you know, clean it up from, you know, whatever debris, you know, dust, grease, whatever's there. You know, I spread it down a little bit, you know, so it looks a little cleaner. Not that clean, but I mean, it's good enough for me. Yo, man, so today's goal is basically to continue working on my truck. I finally got everything that I needed. I even went ahead and broke down and bought the tool that I didn't want to buy. And you know what? I really don't regret it because it's really a nifty tool. Look at this thing right here. It's adjustable. It's pretty solid. I'm gonna post a link to the seller on Amazon. I think I pay like, I believe $10 for this thing. I think that's how much it costs. Regardless of whatever the price is, you know, it's pretty solid. You know, it's gonna get the job done. You know, it fits right in here. Look at that. Bam. Perfect. Even though I'm not gonna need it all the time, but you know what? It's still a nifty tool to have, just in case. Correct. But I'm gonna post a link in the description, just in case you're interested in purchasing one. But today's goal is to put the serpentine belt back on. I got my thermostat, a brand new thermostat. I'm gonna put this baby back together. So thanks for watching.
Kind of almost robbed at gunpoint. Yeah. But that situation kind of changes both of their lives. Him and the kid who tries to do this. And then there's everything between the 30 that was what? These guys there. Blood in, blood out. Blood in, blood out. That is an amazing movie. And he got buried in chemical plastic, and they've never done anything like this. 3 hours. And we're showing the director's cut. So well, we've done this before, as you know. We've done these retrospectives where we've fortunately been able to get people to see these things on a big screen. It's like to be in the same.
Alright, now I'm trying to put the serpentine belt, which is kind of difficult by yourself, but it could be done. So here we go. Alright. Let's see here. That boy slipped. Alright, man, I'm gonna try and make the attempt to put the serpentine belt back on. It's not that easy. It's fairly difficult, but I think that I can manage this. Let's see how I'm gonna go about this one right here. Okay. I'm gonna go about it like this. And voila. Get you a good pry bar. So you can pry that thing and make sure that the belt's sitting all the way. You know, make sure it's sitting on all the grooves. Also make sure before you install that your belt doesn't have major cracks. Other than that, that's how I managed to put it on. Now time to use the nifty tool right here. Let's turn the hose and apply pressure. That right there should be pretty tight by now. Yeah, now I'm installing the fan. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get started, but I guess it's got to sit somewhat of an angle for the threads to grab on. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but it's getting on there. So now I'm going to install my thermostat. I got me a brand new thermostat right here. The old one doesn't look very bad. This is the old one right here. But I mean, I already bought a new one, so I'm going to go with the new one, even though, I guess on camera it does look pretty bad, but a new one. Can't go wrong with the new one. So make sure that this bleeder, this piece right here, is facing up when you install. Something like that. That's what you're looking for right there. So, or if you like, when installing, the housing does have a little groove right there. There's a little square right here where the thermostat would sit, so you could always set your thermostat right in there, like so, and install. Alright, so now I already have installed most of basically the radiators back on. I already bolted it down. Shroud cover, the fan cover is back in there. Everything seems to be back and buttoned up. I'm gonna leave this open for now. I'm gonna put some antifreeze through here, so that way my block has antifreeze, because I'm under the assumption that there's probably nothing in there. So I want something to be in there for when I first crank it up. And I still got to put my reserve tank in here for the Windex fluid, you know, and the extra antifreeze, the holding tank. So I still have that to install, and the bottom hose at the bottom of the radiator needs to be plugged in as well. So here we go. Well, here we go. Got the engine running. Originally the engine didn't want to crank over, so I went ahead and disconnected my battery, and it reset my computer. Plugged it back in. The engine cranked right over. No drips. Everything seems to be running smooth as it should. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for further content. It's your boy Leo. Comment and share any intel. That way we can learn from one another. But that's it, man. Y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Peace.